Yo, yo, yo. Happy Thursday, friends. Happiest of Thursdays. I am running behind, so I got the playlist coming up right now as we speak, and it'll be a short one anyway. Holy cow, there it is. Oh, it's probably loud AF. All right, turn it down a little bit. The Eclipse episode. Satisfied gets it. That's what's going on here. Satisfied, how are you, brother? First of all. Secondly, have you seen solar eclipse, like a total solar? Life's crazy. Why so? Oh. How was did you have clear skies for that? We had a little overcast where I was at, so it kind of ruined the effect a little bit. It still was there, but oh, it's so good. I try to explain to everybody, there's nothing more gratifying. There's nothing that, like, I don't know what it was about it. That was like the first time something like that's happened where, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It was like, I mean, it choked me up in a very awesome way. Like, to know that that thing is out there doing that. And we perceive it as just this orange ball, but it actually is what we see when the moon covers it. Oh, yeah, magical. A great word. Yeah, exactly. Dude, exactly. Satisfied, you get it. Oh, and doesn't it put it into perspective? Literally the coolest, yeah. And then when the birds shut up for them few minutes, when it's like everything gets turned off, the sound goes down, birds quit, crickets quit, everything's just like, whoa, why did it turn into night right now? It's weird. Well, why is life crazy? What's going on? You doing good, fam, or what? Oh, satisfied 1000%. I was actually, I didn't know that they happened as regularly as they do. Another one happened this year, but it was in like Egypt, and they've got like different patterns of when it happens. But what's up, Dudley Dawson? Happy Thursday, brother. Yeah, I think they say every 7 years, but I think that's through like the continental USA typically. 2044-ish even. Oh, fuck the 7 years. 18 years. But I don't even like traveling, but I would travel for a eclipse. Like, I don't like flying in planes. I would go a long way to see an eclipse. It would just suck if you got there and it was cloudy. That would be the worst, because that's what happened to me in this last one. Like I said, we got there, it was cloudy. It felt terrible, you know? Like, it was... No, because I've been to the one. I went to the one in 2017 or whenever it was. Oh, ho, ho, Wapo! What's up, fam? Thursday. Dude, let's see if we can we get this really quick? That sounds kind of fire, Guap. I like that. I really badly, I need to make tomato powder. More than anything that I've wanted to do with the freeze dryer. Tomato powder's been on the list, but I haven't done it yet. With a screen door beating perfect time. A coffee can full. Oh, dude, I got an itcher, dude. Oh. Easy peasy. Yeah. Put a little blend tomatoes, add a little bit of salt, and possibly a bit of seasoning, and call it a day. You might actually put some baking soda in there too. I heard adding a little bicarbonate soda will help. Oh. I literally haven't touched a thing cannabis-wise tonight. I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm going tomorrow to a Billy Strings concert, and I gotta I'm driving to Michigan for it. It's probably about a 5-hour away trip, but I got a 3.5-ish hour stop point, and then an hour and a half to go from there. So I need to get up early, get things moving. But Billy, dude, listen to this one. Don't be confused with Billy Strings, dude. Dude, well, y'all ain't going to listen. This is what everybody should know. Holy shit! What's good, Mr. John Voight? Happy Thursday, brother. The other day I was like, man, Billy Strings, and then I said William Ropes after it, and then I made this song, William Ropes. Well, I made 2 songs about old William Ropes over here. Yeah, what's this guy say? I forgot. I made the song, but I can't even remember what he said. Something about, what did I say? Yep, I don't even know how to do this. Anybody know how to use the system that I use the most? Yep. There's that. Anything worth a damn in the cannabis world? Edgar Winter, White Trash album. Listen, I started listening to part of that. They are funny as shit, dude. Holy cow, they had me laughing pretty hard a couple of times. How do I use this other application that I use all the time? Edgar Winter, White Trash album. Edgar Winter and the White Trash album. Living in the gangster's paradise. Alright, we're gonna put alright. Go from there. Alright. Yeah, I absolutely need to satisfied. I was, like I said, I probably listened to like, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes of it, and they already had me in tears. So tomorrow on the way up to the concert, that's gonna be a good listen for me. That's what I'm looking forward to. Whoa. Whoa. I just caught this out of the corner of my eye. I wasn't really paying attention. I have not looked at the news today. I've been busy running around getting some things done. Teen develops a scary brain condition due to horrific weed scromiting disorder. I don't know that fucking the New York Post is gonna let me read their shit, but give me 1 second. Let's find out. Just stay paused. All right. There's a popular belief that weed can't kill you. While it's almost impossible to overdose on weed by itself, marijuana can indirectly cause life-threatening complications. The 15-year-old learned this the hard way. A new case study reveals his is one of the only 2 recorded cases in teens in which scromiting, slang for cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, led to a critical and life-threatening thiamine vitamin B1 deficiency that affected the brain. Whoa! Hold on. Okay, let's keep this going. Hold on. We're gonna figure this out here. All right. Before doctors identified the cause, he'd lost 25 to 30 pounds from vomiting. Holy shit! A hallmark of CHS, he also developed serious issues with cognition and movement. With increased access to marijuana, more teens are using it for various forms, which can lead to problems in school and with friends and psychiatric conditions. In the 15-year-old's case, he developed a brain condition that is notoriously hard to identify and diagnose. Here's how doctors figured it out and saved his life. Whoa, what a thriller. Teen originally went to the emergency room after spending several days feeling nauseous. He hold the fuck on. They're trying to tell me this kid, 15 years old, lost 25 to 30 pounds vomiting, but he was only nauseous for a couple of days? Hold on. Initially, we got to figure this out. I'm jumping too fast. We got to read the whole damn story. Thank you, Satisfied. I'm down. I can't wait. Enjoy dinner also. Peace to you, my brother. I miss you already. This is crazy. All right. With the headache and vomiting, several days feeling nauseous, the headache and vomiting. He said he'd been using cannabis for the past 3 months, but otherwise didn't say he had used any other drugs and didn't have any significant past medical history. He was given anti-nausea drugs, IV fluids, and told to stop using weed. Then was sent on his way. 3 weeks later, he went to his primary care doctor with the same symptoms. He had a series of tests and imaging done, including a CT scan, which didn't reveal anything remarkable. Another week went by, and his mom took him back to the ER a month after his initial visit. She said he'd lost 25 to 30 pounds by this point. A urine test showed he was still using marijuana. That's not true. That is not true. That stuff sticks in your system for so long, and that's why it's bad for them using that as a marker. During the assessment, doctors noted he was confused. He had slowed speech and would be unresponsive for a few moments when asked a question. Oh, he was doing something else. Come on, y'all. Damn. It's crazy, though, if this is actually a thing. Doctor scrambled, looked at his diagnosis, symptoms, and kidneys, and they gave him something to raise his dangerously low sodium levels. That's crazy. It helped his blood sodium levels return to normal, but his cognition remained impaired. By the 4th day in the hospital, the teen was still bedbound. His eyes started moving rapidly and uncontrollably, and he was sensitive to light and had trouble walking to the bathroom. Doctors ordered an MRI, which didn't reveal a cause. Jesus, that sucks. How was his condition identified? A condition known as Wernicke encephalopathy. Wow, we're just going to call it WE from now on. Is associated with 3 hallmarks: rapid eye movement, ataxia, which is a loss of coordination, and mental changes. However, the triad of symptoms only appeared in a minority of patients with this disorder, making it notoriously hard to diagnose. Most cases are only identified after death during an autopsy. Jesus. WE is caused by dangerously low levels of thiamine, vitamin B1, in the brain. In this teen's case, the deficiency was caused by the prolonged excessive vomiting associated with CHS. The leading cause for WE is chronic alcohol use, but malnutrition from things like an eating disorder or cancer can also lead to this deficiency. it often progresses to Korsakoff syndrome. Okay, I had that, which causes permanent losses to memory and learning. This develops in up to 85% of survivors. Wow, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome kills 20% of patients. Jesus. Okay, this is alarming. This isn't good. That's the craziest thing I've read in a while. Um, wow. Okay, I'm wrapping my head around this. They're still gonna blame cannabis, and the kid will still probably blame cannabis, but I don't know how regularly, with a doctor's orders and you scromiting, I don't know that you continue use of cannabis. I think that anybody that I know isn't that addicted to cannabis that they wouldn't stop. In fact, every person that I know that gets sick, period, outside of like something that would flare this up, like a if you were nauseous or sick to the stomach and you used cannabis for comforts in that, I could see that being a rabbit hole that you go down. But oh man. And they did say that it's directly caused by the excessive scromiting, the malnutrition that is going on because he is not absorbing things. And if that is a direct cause of cannabis hyperemesis syndrome, which is something that they recognize, and I believe it, I believe that there's something true about it. What it does is cause a paralysis of the stomach, almost in the manner that the stomach doesn't absorb well. So this does seem logical and plausible, actually, just by surface, right? Just by reading from the surface. But what a wild... I feel bad for the little guy, 15 years old. And he's probably not consuming cannabis that regularly to where he has cannabis hyperemesis in a 3-month period without trying to deal with something. And that's what sucks for kiddos in like high school and shit. I think a lot of us probably, if you're here listening, we probably started using right around that time. Late grade school, 7th, 8th grade, freshman, sophomore year of high school is when a mass majority of early cannabis use starts. And it's because of the pressures socially that are going on, I think, is one of the main uses for. So I feel bad for these ones, you know? And that's the other reason why I'm fully for reduced THC percentages, get back to a more robust cannabinoid profile, find things that aren't... Cannabis is perfectly fine without people juicing it for THC. You know, a million times I've said, and I truly do, I actively seek out like brick, what I call dad weed, once a year at least, because it gives you a different level of effect. When we were all kids, we all smoked that cannabis, the brick weed, the dad weed as I call it, okay? The hitter box dad weed that had little seeds in it, all right, and way too many sounds. Smoking Joe, what is up, fam? Happy Thursday. So yeah, anyway, I don't know. I feel bad for this little man, but my whole point, go away from only THC richness. And I think the reason why a lot of us are fine with what's going on is because we've consumed along the entire curve. We consumed when cannabis was at its average 3% THC, maybe 5, 6, 7% THC, all the way to where now we literally are seeing cannabis, like THC numbers that are in the high 20s, maybe even creeping into the low 30s with legitimate testing, right? And it's because that's what we're attempting to capture. We're attempting to capture the cannabis plant, to harvest it, and to cure it for THC. because in doing so, and we literally we can tell this in the regulated market of cannabis, they don't cure it for terpenes. They don't cure it for excess cannabinoids. They cure it to make sure that the THC stays intact the best of its ability. So, anyway, this is my little rant on cannabis. More medical qualifying conditions, that's good. Godfrey's Cannabis Dispensary opens, drive-through lane. Drive-through lanes in the cannabis space, wild. Okay, I'm in for it. I don't really care. Go however you want to. They can deliver it if they want to. I think you should be able to put it in a little package and ship it in the mail. But, yeah, at this point, wild. Look at this. The entire country of Canada surpasses California as the largest cannabis market in the world. Good for that entire country overtaking that state. All right, good for them. But that means that Canada's entire cannabis market is $4 billion. In the United States, I think it's 30 billion-ish, roughly. Maybe more. But America's cannabis drinks market is booming. And imperiled. Of course it is. It's going to keep going. There will be no different. Oh, some old school skunk, huh? Yeah, that would be fire. I do miss Skunk 1. Oh. Yep. I don't know if, I don't know where you would go for that. Maybe somebody that's listening still knows a bit more of where to go for good seeds. I know that purchasing seeds right now is kind of a gray area for a lot of places. So what stinks about the way the market is developing and the way that like big cannabis companies are happening, they are branding their genetics. Okay, okay. They're taking everybody else's and they're just it's kind of, if y'all want to be true, okay, wait a minute. We can't be this mad at AI for stealing everybody's art and not be this mad about fucking cannabis companies stealing everybody's art of cannabis. They literally take they don't have any original ideas. They take genetics from other people who are successful with genetics. Half the time they genuinely don't know what they're planting or what its origination point was. It tends to be somebody from their grow facilities, like home grow. So Miggy 420. Yeah, Miggy. I'll take another way to search the news. What's happening with you? How are you? Delete news. And leave cannabis. Boom. See, that's... Oh, here we go. I like that. Oh, and click on news up at the top. Ho, ho, ho. Wow. You know, Miggy, kudos to you, friend. Oh, golly. You know what's great, though? If I go and click on this thing because in my old search history on Google, because I have it there so much, it just, boom, pops it up. But there is more info. I do like this. Thanks, fam. How's things with you? What's new? Yeah, adult use down. Are Americans trading one for the other? This was all kind of last week's big thing. Good. Awesome. As long as it... Hey. Oh. You're teaching me things right now. Tools, recent... Sort by date. Bruh. Bruh. Miggy. I appreciate it. I've only been doing this for a while, so thank you for the assistance. Daily Homegrown? What's up, fam? AG Seed Co? Oh, verified. I like that. Yeah, thanks, Miggy. How is the store doing? And how's the day job going? You know? Yeah, thanks, Daily. I appreciate that. And that was for Smokin' Joe, AG Seed Co. I do, where did I have that one? This is the one. I do, teen develops a scary brain condition due to horrific weed scrometing disorder. This is the most worth looking at thing that I've seen cannabis news-wise in a while. And I will still always be skeptical no matter what when I read cannabis headlines like this, but it is something to note and to pay attention to. The scrometing was the issue. The life-threatening thiamine deficiency was the issue. Yeah, New York Post is trash. I'm right there with you. You're 100%. Drum! What's good, friend? Happy Thursday. But this is why I like to read these news stories and then give my interpretation of it from the outside world in a way that, like, I love when, and let's see if we can find it in here. Look, they've got like one quotation mark, okay? They've got one set of quotation marks in this entire thing. And it's just to kind of be like, you know, it's called scrometing, but there's no direct, it's all interpretation of what's been going on. So look at CDC. Oh, okay. Ah, big. Got good managers just find that bottom line to pay off debt and break even. Work and heck, my life is. Oh, good for you, Miggy. I like that for you. I'm actually pumped for you. And I hope you guys succeed. And it does. If you guys take care of your managers, I've seen some of them people do some of the coolest things, right? They're capable of getting the job done all the time. You're right, though, yeah. And I wish you a quick recovery on the debt. Is your intentions, Miggy, to get a medical license, or are you going to hold off on doing the medical license thing? A lot better than it is today. What do you think? Smokin' Joe. So what you're saying might not be wrong, but it piggybacks what I was just saying. Stuff from back in the day had lower THC percentages and a more robust cannabinoid profile. They were more naturally occurring from their environments typically. And then in the 70s, when the prohibition seriously hit, it forced everything inside. And because the prohibition was against THC, everybody grew for abundant THC, and it's just not, that's not the best property of this plant. There's so many better properties. Like, it's great, and I'm not saying that it's not one of the big powerhouses of the plant, but I'm saying that there's other properties of it that make it more enjoyable for us. So you might not be wrong in the fact that there was a more robust cannabinoid profile. It also was less THC, which is the thing that causes levels of anxiety or paranoia or whatever when it's overdone. So theoretically, what you're saying is Google CDC and scrometing, real reefer madness is out there. Oh, okay. Shit. Scrometing. Wait, that's the hill. Hold up. Wait a minute. Give me. Oh, here we go. Trends in emergency departments visiting involving. Is this got to be it, huh? Department visits involving cannabis hyperemesis syndrome identified using a new diagnosis code, United States, January 2023 through May 2026. Okay. Oh, wow. This came out August 6th. Okay. So before I go too far, we can all agree that THC is linked to this and cannabis consumption is linked to this, but a lot of people that are out there, including a ton of people measuring cannabis under a microscope, are saying that it could be the pesticides and things that are used in the growing process that are causing this, and it might not just be THC itself, though that's the direct link because of things. So oh, you applied. Oh, wow, Miggy. Holy smokes, good for you. Okay, sweet. 5K is it a guaranteed thing, Miggy, or they can tell you no? What's the deal with that? Pity sprinkle. Some say neem oil. Okay. To be guaranteed like a bump up. A lottery. Okay. Sweet. Good for y'all, Maggie. That's cool. What? Remind me, if you don't mind, what city you guys are in? I know it. It's in my brain, and I'm trying so hard to like make it come out right, but I think I'm off. Starts with P? No, an L? I don't know. I'm over here fibbing to myself. Pekin. See, I did say it started with a P. I was gonna say Peoria, but I just knew it wasn't. Oh, dude, a little event space would be dope. But not like a, you're not looking to do like a what do they call them? A consumption lounge? You're just going to use private property laws to deal with that, or what? But yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. That's sweet. So you're not like, you don't need like a state given consumption lounge or license, or do you intend on applying for the state license from, or how does that work? Yeah. Yeah, I bet maybe. Yep. Trying to explain to some undereducated about the basics of why it's not scary. Oh, it's city? Oh, nice. Okay. Sweet. Well, and that's it. Like, if I can't, yeah. If the city enforcement is willing to back you up during the process, like, yeah, whatever, run that. Let me read this AI. Scromining is a slang term for cannabis hyperemesis syndrome, a severe medical condition linked to cannabis use that combines intense, uncontrollable vomiting with screaming from severe stomach pain. Yeah, see, I don't know any cannabis users who are not going to stop that. Oh, nice. Dude, that's awesome. Sundown and a little turnaround. Make a song called Used to Be Sundown, now we're on the turnaround. I like it. A report published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, details a sharp rise in emergency room visits for this condition after health officials introduce a dedicated tracking code. Okay, hold on. Emergency room visits for cannabis hyperemesis syndrome jumped by 370% during the 8-month period from October 2025 through May 2026. It jumped up because you now have a code to call this thing, and you're just going to, like a lot of lazy health professionals, you're going to take the symptoms of whatever's going on. You're going to quickly associate that with the use of somebody's cannabis. You're going to try hard, and then you're going to immediately say it's it. Make it a destination station? I like that. Oh, well, hey, listen. It's not the nicotine that kills. It's the smoke, the smoke. Don't smoke the lettuce, you know? That's what we all... Don't smoke the lettuce. A new tracking code was introduced in October 2025, and now, all of a sudden, it's jumped by 370%. I can't imagine that they had a bunch of scrometers before. I would imagine that the scromet group was pretty controlled at that point. So, yeah, affected groups. The condition frequently impact teenagers and young adults, particularly individuals between 18 and 30 years old, who are smoking cheap, shitty, Chinese fucking vape carts, and not cannabis vape carts, because they still do some of that. But I would rather somebody smoke hemp vape carts than I would them smoke, you know, an Escabart, or whatever the hell them things are called. THCOP, yes, exactly, Dan. You know what, Miggy? I actually knew somebody who can consume cannabis as much as they wanted to. Cured cannabis, they could work with it around their hands. The plant growing itself would make them break out like crazy, dude. It was wild. Any of the hemp market could be China weed. That's actually true, Miggy. 100%. Okay. Early onset data shows that symptoms can develop as early as the first year of regular cannabis use. This little fella, supposedly the poor 15-year-old kid, he had only been using cannabis for 3 months. Where's it at? It's coming right here. It's here. 30 pounds. Okay. Access to cannabis, identified diagnosis. Yeah, it said here somewhere that he only consumed for 3 months before, and I might have scrolled past already, but he only consumed for 3 months before doing this, and then they forced him to stop, and he, I guess, supposedly didn't stop. Anyway, listen. Good AI story if it's not anything else. Chi-Town Hi-Fi, what's good, my friend? Happy Thursday. Some of the pesticides like neem oil, etc. play a big part too. Chinaman packs, etc. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that, Daily. I'd imagine so. It's exactly. Almost there, but a long way to go. That's right. No, every new... We're getting there. The conversation is happening around this thing, and the professionals from the different parts of the thing, whether it's cultivation, distribution, business owning, personal, medical, recreational, whatever we want to call it, all of these communities, all of these different classifications of use are coming together to figure out what's the best, and everybody's feeding off each other. So yeah, I'm pumped for our ability to be able to sit here and speak openly on cannabis. Eagle 20. Yeah. That's what, you know what? That's what Mike Kropitchka should call his iOS, the Eagle 20. Eagle 21. That's close. Oh, hell yeah, Daily. Good for you. Good for you, dude. Yeah, and I think, you know, I think all of the variables that we can get, like, okay, so more cannabinoids, more terpenoids. It's just having, it's not to have more this way, like a single individual one. I mean, more this way in the broadness of it. If everybody is so comfortable, and every one of us agrees that there's something to be said about an entourage effect, where it's not just a THC rich product, where something that has terpenes, something that has excess cannabinoids, if you've ever consumed products like that, that are, you understand that there is movement in this thing, and it's not just one, right? It's not just one thing this way, and it's not just one thing going this way either. It's not just X and Y. Okay, because that's a lot of times what they're trying to, you know. Oh yeah, update that seed locker, brother. Um, yeah, I mean, ABV is in alcohol, but what else has many components? Yeah, well, and you're, so you're nailing it. It's gassy, garlicky, orangey, you know, that lavendery linalool thing, piney for some. It's the fact that this thing has so much robustness to it, and the fact that each cannabinoid kind of adds a different layer to it. Said I want to fight my weed. Yeah, that's, you know what, Miggy, I like that. Well, so for me, what I typically tell, I think a lot more of us who are old head cannabis users, people who have been using for more than the last couple of years, and I would say even early 2000s users, everybody that started kind of, even, I guess, anything before that, we were all consuming way more indica flower than anything. And the reason for it is because the indica plant grows more bushy, it grows more resinously, typically with higher THC potencies, and it grows shorter and stockier. So we can grow them indoors because it got illegal, right? Because they put the prohibition against it. We had to take the grow from outdoor to indoor. We had to be more secretive of it, so things that could stay a little bit more low key and low profile without us training too much or whatever was what survived. That's what was cut, and more people were just searching for THC, and without us really knowing, we had an influx of Indian, the mountainous, the Afghanistans, the, you know, what we used to call it, the Bin Laden weed. Y'all remember that? Golly. But everything used to be more relaxed. Everything used to be more chilled out. And now that we're finding things that have the other end of it, and some of them are like, they're grown well. They have the saturation of terpenoids that are going to cause that uppityness. For some of us, that is not what we're looking for, especially because a lot of us, when we're using for that kind of relaxed, calm, get me away from the racy thoughts, the anxieties, the depressions, having something that we, like you said, have to fight to stay up feels a little more comfortable. It slows the wheels in the head from going too fast and puts us in a comfort zone. So hops are allowed to be used for, cannabis can't be used for combusting? They can, they should be. That's what I use them for. Oh, wow. That's dope. That's kind of sweet, Miggy. I would love to actually Whoa. Now I'm thinking about it. I would love to have some, like, alcohol, but cannabis brewed, if that makes sense. I don't want alcohol, but I want like cannabis plant. That sounds all right. I'm a hoppy fan myself. I love that bitter kind of. I mean, I got down to it for a while. I don't drink anymore, so I'm not gonna pretend like I'm. But I've had a few Revolution anti-heroes here in the last couple of. I don't know. Well, let's say last month. Within the last month, so watch out. He said they need to work on the recipe. Ah. And a whiskey. Okay. I mean, I don't. What about like a from a hemp barrel? That might be the play. Barrel aged hemp, barrel aged. Lake Brewing in our area has an IPA called Wheat Beer with turpin. Oh, that's cool, Daily. You know what else you guys have out there? A food truck that has maple bacon cheese curds. I can't stop thinking about it. That shit it kind of like hit a pinnacle in the food world that is, I've been left searching for something that was that, you know? All I want in my life right now. Ooh, I don't know about just straight adding terps to, maybe. I mean, why wouldn't you just brew it? Oh, Washington State and Oregon actually were like two of my favorite cannabis programs to visit. California was okay too. I mean, it's really nice to go through those redwoods with a little bit of cannabis in your system, okay? But Washington and Oregon, like, those people spoke my language, and I had a great time out there. Moonshine? Oh, hell no. Nice, Daily. I like that. Cannabis Kid. I don't know if I have or not. Oh, I did. I absolutely did. It's been a while. I literally think I saw this when it came out. This was like 2014. I had to have seen it 10 years ago. Dude, Miggy, I'm telling you, these maple bacon cheese curds, out of control. That shit was fire. 11 out of 10. I think about it all the time. The poutine makes me wet. Daily, thanks for showing some love. And is it okay if I hit you up soon? I gotta ask you some questions. I got a whole entire, an app that I use now. It's kind of crazy. It's only made for me, really, or my local couple of people, but I used Cursor to completely program something. So, yeah, I think it's probably to somebody who understands coding, you're probably going to be like, what is wrong with you? But I'm going to say, not knowing coding is what is wrong with me, and, you know, IDE, baby. All right, anyway, thanks, Daily. I appreciate the hell out of you, and I absolutely will hit you up sometime. Let's chat. I think the Guapo is here. El Jefe. Run it through Claude and ask it to audit. So, what I do, because I have we got a free 1-year Cursor subscription, and I run all of my like building stuff in um what you call it, like the auto thing. I don't really care, just build it, and then I use Quad to like check it and see that everything's okay. But that's exactly like you're nailing exactly my workflow there. Is that what you do too, Miggy? You said you work in tech, or what'd you say you do? Get a Are you a coder? Are you a hardware guy? Software or hardware? I thoroughly enjoy learning more about computers and how they work and using it to solve problems, and having the ability to tell a computer what your problems are and how you think solving it would look. It's the coolest thing for it to work. Hey, roll for comeliness. Whoa. Sorry, I just heard that part of the song. What a good. Oh, dude. Good for you. No shot. That's awesome. Good. You should. Miggy, honestly, like, forget having why I would not be using what's it called? Oh my god, I know the name of it, and why am I drawing such a blank right now? Headset. Why would you use headset? You have the ability now to make like your own headset so easily, to have it interpret the data and find trends without you poking around as hard. It's actually like prompting focused, you know? Yeah, such a fan. Managers are gonna leave us with a degree in AI. Yeah, that's literally. Yeah, that's fair. I respect that, Miggy. Headset is, and honestly, I've actually had really good communications with headset outside of working in a dispensary. They got me on like the whatever it's called program that they got, so that I can ask for data, and it's pretty dope. And good for you. You guys are, that's so dope. Just a gelatinous cube, that's all. Components in aquarium of cool. Yeah. I
personally understand, because I was so young when my father was killed. Those dark days taught me the weight of loss.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah.
The cost of violence.
How's are you guys? I mean, I won't put you on blast anyway, or I don't know, it's putting on blast, but you guys doing okay inventory control wise? Are you running into any issues? We had, dude, the last place that I worked, brother. You want to talk about wild? I walked into an absolute disaster, tragedy, nightmare. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, like,
but do we possess the resolve to treat each
I think staying local helps knowing your demographic matters because even from store to store, being ordered by literally the same human, the things that would sell in one place that wouldn't sell in the other, it was wild to me. But it is also too how people sell things. It is how the general bud tender, whatever worker is representing certain things. So that is another. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think the state's a little bit too nosy during these processes. Well, and that's yeah. And until we can mail order, which yeah, yeah, exactly. God, Miggy, I feel like we should have a conversation sometime, my friend. I feel like we should get a little chat going on somewhere outside of me being the talker and you just texting. I would love to conversate. Dude, shit, Miggy, yes, please. If if we could actually get, see, that would be dope. If brands that have parent companies in different states where they're actually the best at growing those genetics or whatever could grow and harvest and send their stuff around the country, that would be huge. What's up, Gare? Happy Thursday, fam. Who is the Fig Farms? I love, when I went to California, Fig Farms, the Blueface out there was one of the best cannabises I've ever smoked in my life. Granted, it did just come off of winning the Cannabis Cup or whatever it did, right? But, and I didn't know that. I had no clue. I picked that. That was some of the best flower. And then they brought it here, and it's not bad here, but it wasn't the same. There was just a distinct difference in what I was enjoying from there compared to here. Yeah, exactly. Cookies there could be booty in New Mexico. Yeah, 100%. You're absolutely right, Megan. All right, Gare. Shit, thanks for popping in. Enjoy the smoke. You know what I'll do it with you. Good, should be his way. Yeah. Hey, it's the Guapo. Cheers to you, my guys. I appreciate y'all. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday night. And thanks for chatting. But yeah, Miggy, I would, like I said, anytime. I don't know. Is there a way for me to contact you easily, Miggy? Do you want me to, like Instagram or something? Okay. All right, cool. I'll make sure to do that, Miggy. Appreciate that. Yeah. Who you got, Maggie? Oh, Mr. Rourke, I'm not gonna be around for a bunch longer. I'm going to that Billy Strings concert tomorrow. So I need to drive 5 hours. So I need to I'm gonna hit the old sack here pretty soon. But thanks for being a man. And happy birthday. Let's all give Mr. Rourke a little happy birthday in the chats. He just went through it. Who else just went through it? My buddy Kev. Kev from Rev. No, he's now Kev from the hell company does he work for now? Steezy. Miggy, you know Kev from Steezy, Kevin? Fuck you, Guap. Jesus. We're not supposed to say that. Thanks, Mr. Rourke. I appreciate you. Yeah, no sweat. He's a badass. There's some industry badasses out there. Some people that really are killing it. Steezy is it sucks because depending on where they're at, they're just a bunch of white labelers. So it's tough for, I would imagine, your boss back in the day to keep things straight. But yeah, in Illinois they're a white label. They don't have anything. Yeah, sweet. Hell yeah, Mr. Bird. You got to get the certificate, dude. Good for you, Guap. As long as you got your certificates, y'all got to get your certificate, but then you're in good shape. I think Cookies is probably one of the more white labeled. Also, they do a lot of white labeling. Barely Green, what's up, my friend? Wasn't Steezy also doing a lot of black market deals? I think so. I think that was like a Michigan problem they had, though. It's all contracts. That's a new culture. Yeah. Well, dude, it sucks because it only, yeah, unless you're willing to sign the contract and pretty much sell your soul to whomever, it sucks, dude, because they're trying to box people out. You know, they're trying to take over as many licenses as they can and hold the majority of what they can, and competition's bad for them. So the best way to compete is to force people into a contract that kind of, it sucks, dude. Yeah, but you're absolutely right, Maggie. 100%. It's literally like it's a, what do they call it? Branding. You're like selling branding. You're not really selling a product anymore. You're selling the brand. So yeah. Or at least we're able to buy their packaging online. Well, Drum, that's been true for all of them. Any one of these guys who make it big, like I remember going to my buddies once and seeing an abundance of the old, okay, now I don't know how many of y'all been around the Illinois cannabis market for a while, but Fresco used to have like black bulk packaging. It was kind of bigger and it would just have like a green, blue, or red label on it. That stuff, and it was like bulkier and kind of chunkier. It was a little bit like thinner or like, you know, less tall and a little bit chunkier, but Those things, I saw those on the street one time in an abundance where I was like, what the hell is that? How did you get that? And then they were like, yeah, you can just buy this stuff online. Why, you know, why wouldn't you? I was like, whoa. And it's because they're branding, and that's the whole thing. Like, branding sells. Recognition, recognizability, even if it's not that great, it still sells, you know? Dab o'clock. Most companies in the red market have to do black market deals to survive. Yeah, Brandon, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, store is an unfair advantage, but we hope to get good weed products for good prices while keeping the lights on. Yeah, 100%. Legacy actually has stepped their game up recently. Miggy, if you haven't had Redemption Botanicals, they smack. What is the other one? Connect? I think though, is that the people I'm thinking of? I think so. There were a few brands that really Nez stands out. What's the other one there? Oh, I see. What is it? Illinois Collective. I see. And Next remediates. Oh boy. Nomad, that's another one that everybody's been talking about. Old Chi-Town and Guapo. Assembled in the basement, dark quest to be surveyed. Our character sheets a sacred text by fluorescent light we pour. For tonight we delve in dungeons deep and settle every score. The dice, they clatter 20-sided hope. It's been another Friday night began where real life couldn't win. Camel blues, a smoky haze obscured the DM's grin. 3rd edition D&D. I don't know that I've had any poetry by plants. Miggy, are you in Washington currently? Is that where you're at most of the time? That's your permanent residence? Barely green. The rosin wasn't too good, huh? Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Air Bear, cough, coffee time. I'll hit one more too. We'll do it. That's super sweet. How long have you been there, Miggy? Are you originally from there, or are you from these parts too? Cheers, everybody. Dust upon our lips and hearts alight with glee. Another epic campaign night for all the world to see. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, mate, that's dope. Wow. That is awesome. That's it, dude. Bro, welcome to Thursday nights here with my whole entire hope is to save the world, man. And I think we can do it with atomic bongs. We'll never save the world with an atomic bomb. Not gonna work. If we could get an atomic bong out there, you know what I mean? Get everybody, hundreds of thousands of them stoned at a single time, just bang. You're forced, you know? And I don't want to like overdo it. I just want it to be a gentle one. You know what I mean? Atomic Bong, good movie. I didn't know it was a movie. Now I gotta watch that too. Wait, is that? He's making it now. What was the one with Tommy Chong? Oh, a good idea for it. Yeah. Some atomic bust. No, I when I typed in Atomic Bong movie, it brought up the Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron. Okay. Evil Bong. That's right, Dudley Dawson. That's what I was thinking too. That, you know what? Shit movie. Terrible. It was so bad. It was so bad. There's also another one I haven't watched in probably closer to 20 years.
They walked alone by the old canal, a little confused, I remember well. Unchanged, hard to swap. Stopped into a strange hotel with a neon burning bright. He felt the heat of the night hit him like a freight train, moving with a simple twist of fate.
Oh yeah.
Saxophone someplace far off played as she was walking on by the arcade. As a lighted burst through a beat of shade, while he was waking up, she dropped a coin into the cup of a
Yep. All right. Well,
and forgot about a simple
what else we got?
Hey, woke up the room.
Yeah, Miggy, you're not lying. And you can take it a step further, because I'm not. Can you hook Cursor up to Adobe After Effects? Yes. See, at this point, you can literally put. You can integrate well, I mean, it's an integrated design environment, right? But you can integrate AI. You can take that design environment, pull whatever you want over, and kind of go back and forth. Yeah. They're like the McDonald's here? That's hilarious. It would be tough for me to come up with names of dispensaries. I was on a road trip and just finding places to go randomly, but
I still believe she was my twin, but I lost the ring.
oh, wow.
Was born in spring,
Dude. Yeah.
born too late.
That's what's the ones with the flock camera outside of the company? King of Buds, maybe? Oh, jars, maybe. Yeah. Another one. It was jars. Yeah. Well, that's a real thing. Ooh, little hemp fest, huh? I'll be fired.
If you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place. If you're looking
Oh,
just look right in my face.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm with you. Free Jerry McCoy. Golly, Brandon Krieger. What an intelligent guy. You're absolutely right. That sucks. That's the hemp shop owner. Hey, I like titty sprinkles. Run that. I'm smoking some bullshit.
I don't take no orders from no kind of man. I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. But if you're
Oh,
gonna start a
holy shit, he's looking at 130 fucking years.
because
Oh, I'm sorry that I just got aggressive like that. Wait a minute.
name is misery.
No way.
I'm evil, so don't you mess around with me.
Oh no. "13 felonies. No. See, why can't you go in and talk to this person and go, yo, you know that you can't fucking do that. You're gonna arrest him and try and put him in jail for 130 years? This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Because I'm evil. My middle name is misery.
Oh my god.
I'm evil, so don't you mess around with me. I'm evil.
Wow. That sucks, and sorry for you, good sir. There is still a problem. I'm not... I wish that they made the transition from hemp to state-driven licenses was as easy as the federal government has made it for all other stores to transition into, right? It sucks because the people who paid up front, and even for like a Miggy, how do you feel about this? Hemp was always weed, though. Well, textile hemp is not weed, but 0.3% THC by volume hemp is weed, right? So there's like, it's a nuance to the way we perceive it, and it's a nuance to the way that, you know, yeah, tell me what you think about it. I actually want to hear. Maybe we should have a conversation, dude. I don't personally know him, but I have had a few people, and all have said he's a really good dude. I could only imagine. He looked, just looking at the picture of him, he doesn't look like some tyrant or somebody trying to hurt anybody. Yeah, it sucks. Hemp was always weed. It's always just been a slang word for weed. No, well, and by them classifying it as cannabis sativa L, then they also, in the definition of hemp, made it the same definition of weed. And Miggy, so I'm with you on that, okay? The loophole that was made for where people are growing hemp, and this guy here, we don't know because it doesn't tell me in this the Monroe Times article that I'm looking at here. I can't tell how hot his product tested, what, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of nuance to this that is like, and I've been saying it for a long time, and I think all of us know they're gonna make an example of somebody. Nobody's safe. Once these rules started to change, nobody was safe. But I dig what you're saying. As a legitimate business owner, somebody, I say legitimate because you have gone through the laws of the state to gain a license and access to the distribution of a controlled substance. But according to also the people who made the law, right? Laws are nothing more than interpretations of words, right? And that's why we have to have basis for it. We need to have, and it sucks because you're the example now, okay? But the first court case where we go one way or the other. Now, I think in this poor man's instance, you let him go, you make the example of this case somehow, if that's what you need to do, but let the man live his life. Let him get back out. It's well, and Miggy, there's that. I'm not saying that, but under the definition, okay, which the current definition of hemp, or that what was the definition of hemp and what they're trying to transition it to, has it officially been changed in the books yet? Was that supposed to be? They officially signed that shit or what? Well, and that's Brandon. I'm right there with you. I could care less how weed to me is nothing. If I can pull up to the side of the road with a bunch of corn in my trunk and sell it out of my car, so should I be able to sell cannabis in that respects. I do understand the intoxication aspect of it, so I don't think that it should be frivolously done. I think that there should still be maybe some age gating that goes into it, because it can slow the development of some people who are in their younger ages, right? But it also is something that boosts the benefit and the growth of other people underage, right, too. So I just think that the interpretation needs to be better. Yeah, me, yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, so we're on the same page. Like, let him go, right? This is the loophole that they created, and now they are using it against this man. Yeah, damn. Pose is a key word, but I feel like the war on drugs killed a lot of real outcomes. Light on the eyes. Yeah, I mean, barely, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and I'm with you on that. Schedule 3 is a path for everyone, not a business certificate of analysis. So 100% I'm with you. Okay? But at the same time, that's hemp's classification and interpretation is a different thing from what they classified cannabis as. And it's because of their definition of the words. That's all I'm saying. And I'm with it. Like, if there are rules in place to kind of explain the nuances of this and why we are age gating it on one side, okay, and why we're allowing the farming of the plant still for textile growth and possibly even excess cannabinoids, things like CBD and CBG, right? Because, or do you think all cannabinoids, all consumables from the plant should be off limits to people that don't have a processing license given by the state? Yeah, I'd like to hear your response. Man, we should have a conversation, Miggy, about this exactly. Well, and okay, so you can take the corn and make it into whiskey. What's the difference? But it's also too that you can make it into corn oils, which are not necessarily beneficial. They tend to be inflammatory in nature. You can break it down into there's sugars inside of it, and clearly sugar's not good. So there's parts of right, but yeah. Hold that, gotta grab a beer. Dude, I love weed too. And yeah. Hell yeah, Miggy. Dude, thanks for popping in and having the conversation. And I do think it would be great if you ever wanted to have a back and forth about some of these things. Legalization is paperwork. But yes, legal is the word there, which is legality and laws is the word there. Law is just a set of words put into place to draw the line somewhere. And when they made the hemp rule, they fucked that up really bad. So because they didn't understand what they were doing, they again, and as somebody who went through the steps to get the thing done legitimately and legally and right, kudos to you. Like I believe that that level of protection's awesome, but I feel like at least in this case for this guy, it's kind of crazy. Schedule 3 will just be more BS. I remember listening to how you were going to sell natural. Now you don't even tell your customers radiation. Oh, resin freely. What's up, fam? Truckers have rights. We are done. Yeah, okay. I think you probably meant to say what you meant. But yeah. My brain is going a million miles an hour right now because I'm in between the great state of Pennsylvania. Let's go, fam. Thanks for checking in. Like truckers can't smoke. Yeah, I'm with you on that. The same thing with like, yeah, CDL. I'm with you there. But the same thing goes for like law enforcement. The same thing goes for like military. There's a few other classes of people who are abundant in number that don't get a proper representation with this thing either. They don't have access to it. That's it. Thanks, man. It's like everyone else got family to be around. Love that. That's all we need. Just a you know, a little peace and a little love and a little understanding and acceptance from one another. Some cops can smoke, some fire departments. Yeah, you're the man. Thanks, Resin. Definitely military, yeah. Some law says fire departments are allowed access. All should. Yes. Yeah. I think all of them. Well, and I think that this should be a choice that an adult makes for themselves. I do believe that there should be access and protected access for people who are under adult age, whatever we agree on. 21 is fine by me. 18 is fine by me. 26 is fine by me. I think all of us are over that, so we've gotten past it. If not, I'm sorry to you. But I think 21 is kind of that number that people use. You know, I don't know. Really? Drinking till I drank before I joined high school. So there's that, you know. Everybody should be allowed. Every adult, every free-thinking adult, everybody who's, and that's the thing is that this is one of the liberties and of freedom that we do not have, and it is something that is a personal decision, ultimately a personal journey. Even when I say using it medicinally, you're taking your health into your hands. This is you doing this on your own. I will guide you as far as I humanly can. I actually know a lot of cool math and science behind why cannabis does what it does, and I can link even the poor naming conventions sometimes to some tangible reason for you feeling the things that you feel. But, you know, it's still, I don't know. I just want everybody to have it. That's all I give a shit about, really. I don't care age or anything. What your use is, it's yours. It's yours to make the it's yours to make the choice with. what would be my lowest age? Fairly green. I would say the lowest age that I think makes sense for, it's the same age that you're allowed to sign up for the military, if you ask me. Whenever they're willing to put a deadline on you're able to walk into a military, if that's what your choice is. I'm not a big military guy, right? I don't think all the fighting and shit is necessary. I understand why it goes on, but it is because the inability to communicate. And that's why the whole thing, peace and love and understanding and coping, get along with one another. We can figure this shit out. And I think by passing a joint around a circle, or everybody being on that level, right, where we're calmed down, where we've been relaxed, we've chilled out and have adult conversations, I think we can make massive strides towards doing away with militaries and shit. But I think the age, wherever you're willing to tell people that high school drinking is different, yeah, no doubt. This technology is great, hearing and seeing it. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, THC sits in the fatty cells at bar for intoxication. Yeah. Yes, there's no real means of measuring it in that capacity. Cannabis is medicine. What about sick kids? Oh, well, in that way, Miggy, there's no age gap. For me, if I could do anything in my advocacy for cannabis, it would be making people understand that this doesn't just have to be an adult use thing, and that there are children who have had the most massive benefits from medical cannabis use. I personally got to witness it. What was really cool was there was an influx because there was like a Facebook group in Illinois. Where should we go? Parents of kids with cannabis. I forget the name of the group that everybody was in, but they all were telling people to come see us, to come see me. And I got to see a lot of child use of cannabis, and it was unbelievably cool. Oh, Chad Westport, what's up, fam? And Mr. Rourke, giving them welcome back with an atomic bomb. I started smoking cannabis when I was about 13 as well. 14 more consistently, but the first few times I consumed, I was like 13 years of age. I was 7th grade. Yeah, as soon as you can vote, you should be able to choose everything else. Yeah. Okay, 11 days. Oh, well, no better time than now, Miggy. In Chi-Town, that's my thing, too. If I could die for my country, I should be able to, yeah. The real Ed Chad Westport shows up, and the man follows. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my friends. Real Young Knight, holy cow, we are squatted up in here. Barely green. Hold on, rewind. I don't remember what the group's name was. Oh yeah, that's right, Real Young Knight. That's it. Oh, Chad, if you come up with any clever questions to ask, feel free. I'm happy to oblige. But okay, so Real Young Knight. I want people to drive the steel metal death trap for 2 years before they recreationally use cannabis, okay? If you medicinally use and you're properly using without overuse, then 1,000%. Like I said, I've seen babies, like very, very small infants, um, non-speaking. I've seen non-crawling babies who had um, one of them had epilepsy that came through. We had another one that was like in a baby carrier every time they came through. Um, but they were benefited by the use of cannabis. I watched a child who was having multiple grand mal seizures a day, as well as 10, 20, 30 temporary lapse, the quick seizures. Okay. And for those of you who don't understand or know epilepsy, there is it's the transmission of the brain and how the brain's doing things. And it's almost like a restart of things. Okay. And you remember the old, bow, 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 bow. Hold on. I think I might got it right here. Hold on. This is it. It's that loading noise from back in the day. There's like this power down but power back up that comes, and they're quicker. But this poor girl was having 20, 30 of them a day. And after the first day use of cannabis, she went 200 plus, 230 something days of 0 grand mal seizures and breaking, like, her temporary lapse is what I call them, seizures. We're going down to something of the effects of like 2 to 3 a week or something like that. So yeah, you'll never convince me otherwise that this thing could be given to the youngest of the youngest people out there. Hey, Blue Dream, that's a classic. Diddy Sprinkles. Yeah, it depends. Brandon, I had a really nice Blue Dream also in California. And I do believe that it was grown by the same people. It was either Fig Farms or it might have been up north, either one of them. But I had a Blue Dream out there that was pretty nice too. I don't, and like you said, it might not have got me like blitzed or obliterated, but it was a damn nice, comfy one. Question all. Oh, boofing. Yeah, just boof it. Hey, I watched a lot of people boof. I didn't watch people boof cannabis. No, I know people that did. Actually, a lot of people were like end of life care. Really good process of administration because they're incapable of eating or, you know, it was really cool to see that go on for a few people. So yeah, just boof it. The point is, you shouldn't be able to smoke until you drive. Yeah, I'm with it. Oh, it's yeah. Mm-hmm. Very effective. And Miggy, once we get to that point, the Windows point. The ECS, the endocannabinoid system. Well, real young, be careful out there. I myself smoking on a gassy pipe joint infused with happy hour. Sounds like. He said, "Watch a move." Yeah, I didn't watch it. Oh man, yeah, we had a. Never mind. I literally told this story a couple weeks ago, but I worked with a guy who was, you know, he was a crayon short of a full box, but he was a good ass dude. Okay, but me and my boy were talking about, hey, just boof it, and he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "The suppositories." He said, "Oh, I should get some of them." I'm like, "Nah. Don't do that." And then we tried to explain it to him, like, you just have to boof it. He didn't know what was going on. We said it's, you know, and then he was like, "Well, have you two ever done it?" It was me and my buddy Billy. And Billy said, "Yeah, we do it together all the time." He said, "I help him do it." So, like, now we're all laughing and it's making a joke. Then he's like, "Well, it's okay. I can get my mom to help me do it." And we were like, you know what? we're gonna stop this whole entire conversation. I'm gonna leave you as innocent as you need to be and not tell you what boofing is right at this moment. But yeah, that was working in the dispos. Some good times.
They flagged my clip from 2 months ago.
Yeah, see, Drum used to work with me. So, and I did. I used to sell people on suppositories endlessly. Yeah, Miggy. Instead of end of life cure, instead of morphine and Dilaudid and choking people out in a way where they are like completely non, it's like it's almost like an unconscious thing. um they seem to have a little bit more cognition. They seem to be able to consume a little bit more nutrients, so especially like waters and things, because they get the cotton mouth, so it helps them do that. I actually used it for with my pops when he was passing, and the response for the one night that I got to spend with him whilst cannabis suppository was administered, I mean, it was far better than the few that I was spending there when he wasn't, when it was just purely morphine and Dilaudid, and so, and I won't jump off the deep end because this conversation will get me going there. But end of life care, when hospice comes in and they're like, oh, we just want to make them comfortable and make them feel good and whatever. I'm not saying that it's everybody's decision, do as you please. Overdosing with opiates towards the end of life, which is pretty much what they make you do, seems like it's probably a lot easier to cognitively get through than to suffer it, I would say. But the people that I've witnessed who suffered it's weird how like comfortable they seem to be, and how aware of what's going on they were, and how responsive. Like, I went to this one guy's house. I didn't know him much, but we were telling stories and shit. And his family was like, I've never heard you talk about this once in your life. But yeah, I love this thing as a medicine for people. Oh, Brandon, for Crohn's, this is some of the best stuff. Yeah. Drum, I've seen some Just Boof It shirts. It's a thing. And Brandon, I used to make people make their own suppositories also. I'd send them home with a gram of RSO and then give them the instructions on how to add coconut oil into it. And then I'd send them off to McDonald's to buy a bunch of straws. And I would tell them how to cap off the end with a little bit of, like saran wrap, whatever, put a little band-aids or a rubber band on the end of it, and then just fill your straws up, and then you'd cut them down to size. And if I used to have a little sheet, but it was like 4 straws per gram or something like that, and each suppository would, depending on what you had, would have a certain amount of, you could almost do the math on it. Well, you could not almost, you can do the math on it, but. And Miggy, that might be right. If we're at that point, like, dope me the fuck up, right? If we're towards the end, maybe that's it. But allow people to make that decision. Yeah, let me tell you, it's great times in the dispo. Oh, the eclipse is starting. Sweet. After that. Oh yeah, I used to hide army guys at the dispo. And then one of our managers got all pissed off. He was, don't do that. You're not supposed to, yeah, this is whatever he said. I don't know. But then there was like 3 or 4 of them that we could see from where we were. Anyway, that's fun. You know, a guy who can't, I was like, stop being a pussy and do it. You need medicine. Well, and Maggie, suppositories is not something that people do over here in Western culture very much. It was a big time. It still happens in Europe with regularity. Suppositories are used quite regular. Oh, these army guys. Oh, Miggy. I sent my dad so much stuff, cannabis stuff, CBD tip like dominant shit too that wasn't gonna get him high. Um, I sent him a couple of vape pens and I sent him a little bag of flour. I sent him everything that he could use. And when I went down there, I'd take him other shit. Um, right at the end of his life, my stepmother gave me a bag of all the stuff that I thought he was consuming, and he wasn't. I saw what he did, and he smoked maybe like a half of a vape pen. And she said, yeah, he used to like that because it'd help him eat and like not feel so nauseous. And I was like, yeah, that's what my whole point was to all of this. Like stomach cancer, yeah. My pops had cancer too, but he actually ended up passing from the medicine. He ended up having cirrhosis of the liver. That dude didn't drink alcohol. They overdoped him. They gave him way too many pills, and this is what I was trying to tell. I was like on the phone, almost crying the information to it. And I'm like, yo, like, why don't you hear me? Like, this is something that I've witnessed so many people go through, and is there a truth and an inevitability of what's down the road? Yes, but I'd rather you feel good through the process than to go through this zombie-like, because we are resilient. I've watched people with multi-week death sentences, okay, according to their doctors and their professionals, turn their health around and become undiagnosed. Well, 5 years after diagnosis, right? Because that's a cure. They still were symptom free. They still were cancer free. So I've watched some really cool things happen, and the people that I got to witness it happen with changed nothing else but the implementation of cannabis. And when the people around me that most need it, see, and this is a thing, Miggy, for people like you and I who are advocates of this thing, when we have somebody that is that close to us that isn't listening or isn't, I don't want you to get high. That's not what I care about. I want you to feel better. Like, I care about you too much to watch you suffer this thing out. And at some point, I think the opiate thing, the just dope me up until I'm done thing is reasonable, but I was like your pops, right? One of the strongest people of your life. Act weak as fuck. In a way that I've never seen it. And that's not your body doing that. He still had muscles. He pulled up on me one time and I felt the muscles still. It's sad. It sucks. And that's why I will always advocate in the favor of cannabis for all ages. The youngest that you can find to the oldest that you can find. Do we need to probably establish some level of rules for adult use? Sure, I'm okay with that. I'm okay to make a standard across the board and go, okay, if you're under the age of 21, have a medical purpose for it. And then allow medical access in a reasonable manner, And teach these kids that CBD might be a thing that benefits them without having to feel that intoxication of THC. Or maybe very low amounts of THC against their CBD. If that was the common rhetoric for younger consumption, well, we wouldn't have the stories of cannabis hyperemesis and scromiting that's giving now brain conditions because of thiamine fucking deficiencies, right? Like, that sucks. Yeah, Maggie, and that's it too. I gave a lot of product to people who, when people are in that position, I'll give you anything. I hope you try it. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Like, it sucks. I'm 100%. Yeah, I'm confident that this thing is capable of doing the job that a lot of people want from the medicine that they consume. It's very capable of symptomatic relief. It's very capable, even in some things like epilepsy, okay? It's so good at direct condition treatment. And this is what pisses me off about this new Schedule 3, okay? The DEA said that it didn't qualify under the three things, and that the medical reasons that that cannabis is viable is for pain, it's for what was it? Pain, uh nausea due to cancer treatments, and something else. But they didn't say fucking epilepsy. Well, we literally sell cannabis currently in Western medicine as Epidiolex, as Sativex, as whatever, to kids with epilepsy. Fuck are you telling me it doesn't treat epilepsy for? Why isn't that the most common thing? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it gets me excited sometimes. And I've watched this thing benefit people with cancer. So when we talk about people having different forms of cancer, this is why I'm so pumped about, like, and you'll always hear me say, like, Israel and whatever. They do case study and they do lab testing. They do like lab rats and shit on direct condition treatment or direct cancer type treatment. And like that just doesn't happen over here, right? Different cannabinoids for different types of cancer. Yeah, that's what I would like to see, if as far as like what we could use more of. But yeah, anyway.
You got permission? Yeah. You got permission? Written permission?
Thanks, Mr. Rourke. Yeah, it is a thing. Classes, oscillatory molds they sell on Amazon that I would probably find to be much easier to dose. Yeah, theoretically. Brandon, I literally I could probably go find. I wonder if it's in my email from in the past. I could try and find it. But we used to have a McDonald's straw. It was literally called the McDonald's straw suppository recipe. That's what we named the paper, and we would send people off with a single syringe of Shelby County RSO because they were they had the best product back then. And I think they still might, you know, some of their products, especially in the RSO world, are better than anything that I've seen out there. But yeah, it was like a double boil process where you take coconut butter or coconut oil and maybe it was a bit of cocoa butter to kind of thicken it up. I don't remember. Or beeswax, maybe it was? Yeah, I don't remember, man. It's been a long time. But yeah, you're absolutely there, Brandon.
Don't you worry about me. You got 4 wheels. Worry about you getting stuck by the law.
Say try everything once, right? Yeah, well, I mean, if it is to be, it's up to me. That's what they, you know, another one they say. Thanks, Miggy. I appreciate that, dude. Stroke the algorithm. Thank you so much. Stories that once it's a family member and people see the plant heal, it can convert people during these stories. Chad, and that's 100% it. One of my favorite things that I took from cannabis law stuff that's gone on recently was the rescheduling signing that Trump did when he had the panel of people behind him. And he said, hey, this guy over here is pretty much the reason why I'm willing to do this, because I love him and he had a problem and cannabis helped fix it. And I don't need to know anything else about it. And I don't think Trump knows anything about it. He doesn't need to. But he literally just pointed over, said, that guy told me it's okay and I like him, so I'm going to do this. And for me, that's exactly what cannabis, how it's gone on. Thank you, Resin. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll get sorted. Oh, I do remember VapeGate. Yeah, and I'm with it. Safe access, I'm down with it. But like, where a lot of the people in this chat too are, they're home growers, man. These are people who care enough about that aspect of it, safe access, that they control every aspect of it, right? And I like that too, because it keeps them safe. But I'm with you. There should be a structure and there should be a means in place of people having a safe access to cannabis, you know, and I'm for markets. Trust you me, dude. I want people to profit from this thing. More than anybody, Miggy, I'd like to see you profit from it more than, you know what I mean? Like, you're a homie, you're one of the peeps. So I'd like to see my people thrive too. And if it's through this market, hell fucking yeah, dude. Because it's kind of like a dream come true, you know, in some ways. How many of us used to say in our lifetimes, we don't think we'll see this? I didn't think we'd see this. I didn't think we'd see cannabis where we see it now. California happened in 1996, okay? But it took all the way until what, 2000 something, 2006? It was like 10 years later before anything started to really develop and pick up. And then from there, I was like, well, still, Illinois don't give a shit. We suck. We're never going to get it. And then bang. And just seeing this happen has been cool. Thanks, Garrett. Something is better than nothing. I'm with that. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, the Schedule 3 thing is kind of a shit show, and I'm absolutely with you on that. Gas station weed is definitely a thing of the past, and that's like, Miggy, I'm not against that necessarily, if it means that people have a cleaner access to cannabis, but I can reassure you personally, because I worked in the hemp space for a little bit, some of the gas station flower was exponentially better than the stuff that we are selling inside of those dispensaries. And it was because of a loophole. Yes, I give that to you. But we can't discredit the fact that what is quality cannabis, right? What is something, a quality consumable that does the job that I'm looking for it to do? Oh, well, me, we all know that. There's no doubt about it. Wow, 5 years ago, wife was in and out of a wheelchair. Cannabis played a big role in her recovery. We have climbed the mountain since. Thousands followed as it happened. Brandon, I promise you, that's the most amazing thing. I watched a lady who needed a walker that stopped using a walker. I watched some people with pretty bad spasticity from MS get to a comfortable place where they were able to move around in a way that they didn't need help, or like chairs and shit for people with MS can be tough to get up and down out of, right? If your leg locks up on you, becomes spastic, there's no way that you're able to push that leverage down and get yourself up. And so it sucks. I feel bad for anybody who has an ailment that causes you to function at less than 100%. And I don't know that a lot of us probably aren't functioning at 100%, but you know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes we take for granted our abilities and the things that, like, to be able to just get up and walk around, right? You know, the first person I worked for had a condition called transverse myelitis, which is where the myelin sheath of the spine severs, okay? And what it does is in that gap, so you feel kind of shitty because your myelin sheath covers your entire spinal column. And it protects the nerves and everything going on in there. And that separated, okay? And it didn't break all the way through. And she was going in and like, oh, I got heartburn. Things kind of suck. Am I having a heart attack? What's going on? And then the one day where it's severed, okay? Now it's fully separated. Where the sever happens, she's paralyzed from the waist down. She is paralyzed still. It's not like you don't reverse that. That's not something we've found a reversal for yet. But it was access to cannabis that gave a level of comfort that didn't exist prior to. Gave a sense of individuality and self-sufficiency that through Western medicine was lacking. And, you know, so like, I don't know. I've seen this thing be yeah, it's the best. I fucking love cannabis. Mr. Rourke, I think so. I know that Rev used to make a high CBD RSO, and I know that Cresco still does, but I don't know how much they produce and where. Fair, yep, right below that, that's fair. Gary, good night, my brother. Well, and that's like, so that's the other thing of it too, Miggy. We're at this whole part now. It has a lot of home growers add to seed sales being illicit. For now, they'll make that framework, Miggy. It'll happen. I think at some point it'll come around. But like the real Young Knight said, like he didn't think he'd ever be able to Amazon weed. Currently, you can purchase cannabis that gets delivered to you by USPS or the UPS or FedEx or DHL, because they still exist. I didn't know that until recently, but the yellow truck's still out there. All for the independent dispo quality product to all patients/consumers over the MSO pushing. Chi-Town, it's a balancing act, right? For independent dispos, and maybe you can chime in on this too, but independent dispos should be able to offer both. Offer the highest quality product that they believe is the highest quality, because again, they're just distributors. They're not in there growing the stuff themselves. So that disconnect makes it so they don't have control of that. They're ultimately, especially because you can't see it before you buy it either. So you don't know from batch to batch what you're getting. So I'm with you on that. The things that they believe in, the growers they believe in, but you also have to compete in this market. You have to have a quantity product, because people buy quantity sometimes well over quality. So, oh yeah, Miggy, Texas is. They can't figure it out in like one night. One night it's one set of rules, and the next night it's another set. Yeah, everybody's had a duck up here and there. IDFPR rules that the only place med card holders can buy genetics from. Yeah, that's the problem, is that the rules don't match the market, and the market and the rules haven't caught up to figure each other out, right? And that's where the loophole for hemp came from to begin with. And that's why you can DHL some cannabis to your crib right now. Oh, Brandon. Fuck, I did not know that. Wow, okay. Oh, let's go, Garrett Bear. September 2nd, the big 5-0. Cheers to you, brother. Shit, are we gonna be, what's next Thursday? When's the next Thursday that we're here? The 3rd. Damn it, Gary. Cheers to you, brother. Happy birthday, and we miss you, and we love you, bro. Miggy, I promise you, I definitely will hit you up. We'll continue this conversation. This was awesome. Thanks for stopping in and doing this with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Oh, FedEx doesn't take the THCA orders? I knew I used USPS for a reason my whole life. Even though it ain't got nothing to do with love or hip-hop. How they done convince you your skin ain't gold. You be Midas minus the touch power. Hell yeah, Guap. And Chad Westport. A mean muffin clone. Oh yeah. That's right. All right, fam. I'm gonna tell you what. Y'all are amazing people. Thank you so much for having this conversation tonight. Y'all just got me so pumped up. I feel great. If we could talk about cannabis every Thursday like this, y'all would. Golly. We gonna chooch one? I'll chooch one for you. One more. Cheers, my guys and gals. I really do. I appreciate everything. You know? Billy Strings tomorrow. Let's hear it. Y'all want to hear my Billy Strings song? I made it today. No, it's not Billy Strings song. Listen. My brain said William Ropes instead of Billy Strings, so then I made a song. Two of them.
I got a porch out past the county line with a screen door beating perfect time. A coffee can full
Chi-Town Hi-Fi, Project 21. All you got to do is tell 3 people, and then have those 3 people tell 3 people. And within 21 steps, we've absolutely surrounded the whole entire globe with our awesomeness. How'd it go? Oh! We're back. Are we back? The oh my god. Oh my goodness. Hello! We just did that. OBS. That's it. Open Broadcasting System. Here we are. It's OBS stuff, dude. We don't know. Interwebs. Welcome back. Alright, but. Oh, Billy String. Hey, my name is William Ropes.
Smoking bowls. He'd come over and play some tunes. I grind the herb and load the spoon.
My friends, I was smoking a lot, so it makes me forget where I'm at for a minute. I'm back. I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it, and I hope you can cope when you feel it. Thank you, everybody. What an awesome night. Let's continue this conversation next Thursday. Wait, what? What? Hold on, I'm here. I didn't leave yet. Don't forget. What am I forgetting? Barely Green. Honestly, thank you a ton for being here. So dope. Good night, big dog. Have a good one, everyone. Have a great weekend. Oh, no, trust you me. Check this out. Before we go, everybody must know this. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Miggy 420, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, Brandon Krieger, Barely Green, Mr. Rourke, Gary Cornett, Drummer, Dudley Dawson, The Guapo, Real Young Knight, Daily Homegrown, Resin Freely, Satisfied Mind, Smokin' Joe, and John Voight. Those are the names on the top fans list. I appreciate the hell out of all of you. Do please remember this.
Avocado, 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 potato, 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 potato.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Oh. Got a little bit aggressive with that fentanyl. Button slit.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Disgusting. Donuts. Take care, everyone. Check your phone. I will. 310 are basically done, I think. Oh, hell yeah. My friends, I love you all. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to watch Billy Strings and Friends, and it's going to be an awesome time. So until next week, and I hope you all come back and let's chat again. This was fun as fuck tonight. All right, I love you all. I will talk to you soon. Those who 11 need work, 11 is my vocals, they're mine cloned. Oh yeah, I was doing that stuff today too. That's exactly what just happened over there. Don't forget. Wait, what do I gotta hit right there? All right. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye now.